Welcome to the As Untitled Row show. I guess I don't know what else to call this shit. Uh, I had a thought a minute ago, and I wanted to make a video about this quickly. And that thought is basically that everyone who is a capitalist says this thing. And I'm a capitalist, just to put that out there before we go too far. But we all say the same thing. It's that, well, pure capitalism would work, if we didn't let the big banks do everything and let all these people do all this shit and blah, blah, blah. If it was just, we got a lot of the middlemen out and we had, a lot of the laws and shit changed to where it was just a pure capitalist system, we'd be fine. You know what you sound like? You sound like a communist. Communists say exactly that. Pure communism's never been tried. They say that a lot, actually. They say that every time you talk to them. And they're wrong. It's been tried over and over again, and it gets the same results. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So obviously, communism, socialism, that doesn't work. Capitalism works better, obviously. That's why we defeated Russia or whatever in the Cold War. I think that's pretty much not up for debate. Okay, so if we're trying to go for better, and communism always ends up in some tyrannical dictator, and capitalism, from what I'm seeing, I think the end that the United States is headed for is some sort of horrible financial crisis and economic collapse caused by fucking, rich assholes, basically, that hoard all the fucking money and then play politics. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. But if this happens in every capitalist country, which it basically does, in every capitalist country on the planet right now, rich people use their money to influence politics and therefore become this like oligarch class of fucking patrons of these politicians. And it gives the oligarchy, or whatever you want to call it, the fucking group of people that actually run the country, it gives them a fucking face they can slough off and throw on a new face. Like, oh, Hillary Clinton ain't working this time. Let's do Joe Biden. That's how those people fucking think, I'm guessing, because otherwise, shit they do doesn't make any sense. And maybe that's part of the thing is like I'm not, rich enough to understand their ways, maybe, or whatever. But if that is happening in pretty much every capitalist country to some extent, there's always money involved in politics. Well, then is capitalism right? I would say it is more right than communism, but it is obviously not the true path because it can be perverted and corrupted and whatever. And I would like a government that is above reproach, incorruptible, so to speak, and not one that is run by a bunch of rich assholes who just have the money to buy what they want. Now, I don't have a solution to this. I don't think there really is a solution to this. The problem that capitalism and communism share is the fatal human flaw. The human part of it is where we're, being let down. The systems aren't really to blame so much. I think any system ran competently by, people with good intentions could probably be pretty good. Even communism or socialism. That's why the communists and socialists are so, it's never been done before, because of the same reason that we're saying that it's not pure capitalism. It's, this crony capitalism bullshit. Well, isn't all capitalism at some point crony capitalism? Capitalism encourages you to make money. And the best way to make money is shit like insider trading and stealing and lots of other shit. And like, I don't know, maybe we just need a better criminal justice system that's actually focused on people who are actually committing crimes instead of going after people who fucking sell weed or whatever. Like, that's a legitimate argument. Bernie Madoff harmed the world irreparably compared to the dude that you're throwing in jail for 20 years for having some pot or whatever. And like I said, I don't have a solution to this. I'm just pointing out that they share this one fatal flaw, and I'm doing this via a live stream because I figured it was the most effective way to communicate this. And then I don't have to edit it and shit like that. And this is going to be short. Anyway, the other thing I think is interesting about capitalism is how everyone I know that's really, a pure capitalist or whatever, like myself, to some extent, does not care about their fellow man. And maybe not 100%, but they all like to take advantage to be a capitalist. I don't think that's necessarily good. I'm trying to work on that myself. Like, I don't like thinking, oh, well, I can fucking take that dude for this amount of money. And I think that's what capitalism kind of encourages. And not to say that it's like horrible or whatever. It's clearly leaps and bounds better than communism. There are more people free in the United States today under capitalism than almost any other system. But I think it could be improved upon, and the way it could be improved upon is by fixing crony capitalism in some way. I don't know how to do that yet. And it could be improved upon by making it to where it was more difficult to game the system, or we had a society that discouraged it. I don't know how you would do that either. Like, I guess crony capitalism and gaming the system are kind of all the same. That's really the key issue of it. But I'll leave you with those thoughts. Like I said, it's going to be a quick video. You guys have a nice day, and comment below. Do you think there's any system that would be better than these two? Is there any system that this would be immune to, or that would be immune to this? Like, is there a system where we could have, the evil that can pop up when you have money and power not corrupt our system? Food for thought. Comment below if you have an idea. Find the button.